Hi, and welcome back to another episode on the show. And we're basically within the FitVibes Strength Movement, a program to help ladies to build strength both inside and out, and to cut through all of the, I guess you would say, all of the bullshit that's out there around, you know, what healthy looks like, what fitness actually means, and particularly around women as mothers and being able to maintain a healthy lifestyle with, you know, raising a family, running, you know, businesses, having husbands, that type of thing. So today I've got with me Sue Trott. So thanks for joining me today, Sue.
No worries.
Yeah, so you started with the FitVibes program, was about in October last year?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So I just wanted to ask you today just some of the, I guess, changes that you've seen in yourself and your lifestyle and your habits, and I guess the way that you are, you know, overall as a person since joining the program.
Yep. One of the big things I have noticed is a huge change in, I guess, I don't know whether you call it mental clarity, but how, and that's probably not the word, but how I feel about myself, how I feel about life, and I'm trying to rub that off on my husband because I wake up in the morning and I bounce out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I bounce out of bed and I say 3 things that I'm grateful for, and it's just such a positive start. And that's what I've learnt through doing your program, Edwina, is start those rituals and it becomes habit, and then that habit turns into nothing but positive thinking. And yes, everyone has their crap days and their down days and everything, but by doing those rituals, it just really kickstarts your day and starts you in a positive frame of mind. And the exercise I do very early in the morning, like at 5 o'clock, and it just gets me going. And it's hard, but quick and easy, if you can say that at the same time. Like, it's not time consuming or anything like that. Like some of the programs that I have tried, you know, you're there pumping it out for an hour and a half, and then at the end of the program you don't see any change. Probably another big thing is I have ditched the bloody scales.
Good.
When I started with you, I was 72 kilos. My aim was to get to 65. I am 70 kilos, but have lost 10 centimetres off my hips and 8 centimetres off my waist.
Wow.
The old me would have been a mess, going, I've done all this work, I've, you know, really been learning what to eat, you know, done these exercises, and I've only lost 2 kilos. But I can just notice such a change in my body shape, in my posture, and with that comes your positive thinking about yourself and a new wardrobe.
Which we won't tell husband about.
No.
Know about that.
Yeah. But I have, the one thing I did have in my mind is, you know, you've got to lift heavy weights, you've got to do this, you've got to do that to build some muscle, Well, my heaviest is a 7 kilo dumbbell if I'm doing a bicep curl, etc. And I go to town, I don't see people very often, but when I go to town, people go, oh my God, what have you been doing? Oh, I've just been lifting some weights. And everybody, like even today in town, people said to me, you look absolutely amazing. And I haven't found it hard work. It's been enjoyable and I've learned so much from it.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
That's so good. And it's so nice when you can have other people notice the changes as well. And it makes you feel really good because that's the effort that you've put in. And when someone else can recognize that's a great feeling. And so tell us about your situation, like where you live, what you kind of, like you said that you have, you know, some weights at home, but you live remotely, so you don't have access to a gym. So tell us a little bit more about that and how you actually start your day with your exercise and what you do.
Yep. So hubby and I live on a cattle property. We're 85k out of town, so it takes about an hour on a good run to get into town, and it's a pretty crap road. So there's no heading into the gym daily or every second day. So at home, I've just got a barbell and some weights and just some little dumbbells, etc., and a bench exercise ball. And I didn't need excessive amounts of equipment. If I didn't have something, if I wanted it, I would wait until I could, get to the city, Toowoomba, and buy it. But I could make do with what I've got, and with the little amount that I have got, I have made huge changes just to my body shape. And I just find if I exercise, for me, exercising in the afternoon is a bit tough because I work out in the paddock all day, and we generally do work daylight till dark, and it's physical. Mm-hmm. So by the time I get home in the afternoon, it's like, I can't be bothered unless it's, and I do have a treadmill, unless it's jumping on the treadmill.
Okay.
But I just find it, I get up at 4:45 in the mornings, I bounce out of bed, have my drink of water, and go and do my session. And it's not time consuming. It's enjoyable. It's something different. And what it has done is I'm actually a runner, but I have found a bit of a passion for lifting weights and stuff like that. Like I'm not buffed, although hubby said the other day I was. But it's changed. It has actually changed my mindset, I guess, in that you don't have to lift heavy weights to build muscle and tone up and get some shape about, your arms and everything like that. Yeah, so all of my workouts have all been done at home and all by myself.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of women, that's where the struggle probably is they feel that they have to go to a gym, to be able to tone or to lift weights, to be able to see that body shape change. And then the fact that they are at home by themselves, that motivation that they need to actually get started with it can be tricky as well. So, so I think just having that support network that we do have within the FitVibes group is really nice as well, to know that you can share those wins. We often, love seeing you post your photos of you working out and getting, supportive, encouraging words. And when you are remote, like you are, and you don't have that support around you personally, like to have that, on an online or a virtual sort of support group is so good, I think. So, yeah. And I guess for you, like when you look back sort of in the past, like even say 6 months ago before you started the program, like what was the problem that you were trying to identify, or that you sort of wanted to fix, like coming into this program? Like what was that driving factor for you? What was that one thing that you wanted an improvement on? Was it just your body to begin with, or what was that for you?
No, I think it was probably more because I have always, I guess, and I've probably always been fairly fit-ish, with running half marathons, etc. Partly, I guess, is, and I know I'd spoken to you about it, I had this big goal set in my head for my last half marathon I ran. I didn't get the time I wanted, and I was just so down in the dumps. Running's not my thing. I'm useless. I can't do anything. And I probably got quite down and depressed about exercise and food, and thinking, I'm doing all of this and this is what's happened. Why am I doing this? And I sort of lost my passion a bit. But I wanted something different. I wanted, I still love running, but I wanted something different, and I wanted to learn about eating, because I've followed so many programs, and you need to eat this and you need to eat this, and they tell you exactly what to eat. Whereas I found your program at the start, this is what you can eat, you can change it, but now I know what goes with what, and et cetera, et cetera. So that has been absolutely fantastic.
That's good. So you feel like you're not on a restrictive diet plan as such. It's more, now what choices you can make around food, and know that the choices that you do make are going to be, conducive to being able to maintain that fit, healthy body.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yes. And I think, I have a very close friend, and she's of this mindset that you've just got to absolutely starve yourself and flog yourself in the gym, et cetera, to lose this weight. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't have to. You don't have to starve yourself. You can eat, eating healthy, you can make it enjoyable, because I think so many people have it in their head that to eat healthy and lose weight, it's just boring. And it's not. It doesn't have to be that way. And your beef with the walnuts.
Oh, yeah, I think it's called, we need to change the name. I think it's called meat and nuts. We need something a little bit more creative and gourmet sounding than that.
That is an absolute hit in this house.
Yeah.
And it's bloody delicious.
Yeah.
And all meals are delicious. And you just learn, and it actually probably ends up becoming habit of going, oh, I really like this one. Okay, we're definitely making this one this week, and making it fun and enjoyable, and like you say, not restrictive. Oh no, I can't have that. Today I had gluten-free chocolate mud cake.
Yeah, nice.
And as much as I enjoyed it when I ate it, then afterwards I went, oh no, I don't, because I got into the habit of not really wanting to eat it, but you can eat it if you want it.
Yeah, that's so
life has still got to go on, and life is life, and you've still got to enjoy yourself. Yeah, and that's what I have found really good about the program.
Yeah, that's so good, because I think that's where I sort of, decided that things, all the things that I had done in the past when I was trying to, lose weight and find my way with, fitness and health, it was always, you just had to be on this restrictive diet, and then you would get to the end and you would feel like you were so restricted for so long that you would just want to eat everything in sight. So it's teaching women nothing's off limit, the meal plans has chocolate and all sorts of yummy things in there, but it's just knowing how to eat that and incorporate that with all of the other things that your body needs to be healthy. So I agree, because many years ago, after my first child, I was 100 kilos, and I did Weight Watchers, and I did lose a lot of weight, but it was so restrictive, and like you say, at the end of it, bam, I just hooked into whatever I could and gained weight again. And I have found with this is just because it's so enjoyable, everything's tasty, you just keep on going. Yeah.
You're not restricted at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you find the meal planning easy, as far as the recipes aren't complicated, or it's quite... No, recipes are, and nice and quick. You can just whip them up, and they're done. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I'm probably lucky because I don't have any children at home. But, I can walk in the house at 7 o'clock at night, particularly in summer, and, by 7:30 we can be sitting down having tea. And that's including shower and chilling for 5 minutes, So they're far from time consuming. Yeah, that's so good. And I think, as busy women working and everything else, we need to have that where it is quick and easy, not much thought involved at all, because that in itself can become overwhelming. It's too much time, it's too much to think about, too much preparation, and that's when I think those bad habits can start to slip back in as well. So that's really good. So I guess for you, looking back now, does it seem crazy, I guess, to think of going back to the way that you were, say that 6 months ago? Is it something that this type of lifestyle is something that you will maintain?
Yeah, no. So I won't go back. I will continue. Yeah. I'm sort of driven to maybe do some more. I don't know. I'm at that stage of I'm really happy where I am, but what do I want to do?
What's the next challenge type thing?
With the, you know, weights and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's so good because like a few ladies have been in that same situation where, you know, 3 months ago they didn't think they would be able to lose weight, and yet they get, you know, 100 days down the track and they're like, right, well, maybe I could do like a bodybuilding competition, or, you know, so their whole frame of reference of thinking has just expanded so much. So it's, you know, you sort of have that feeling like anything is possible, and like, right, what is that next challenge or thing that I want to go after, and that's goal that I want to set for myself. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I guess for you, like, what is the biggest thing that you think has helped you on this journey over the last few months?
I think if I can say all of it, like as a whole program, because I think it all links together.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's all worked. So this, and I have to say, the support and like doing this with you and your phone calls and your private messages and everything has been fantastic. Like, how are you going? Oh, I'm going great. Oh, you know, no, I'm not having a good day. Okay, what can we do about that? Rah, rah, rah. Yeah. That's fantastic. You know, most of them, you know, a lot of people join the online groups or, you know, get these little diets and everything, and there's no one to contact. There's no support background there at all. If you're having a crappy day, or if you go, you know, I just want to eat everything, you know, like, you know, I think I've messaged you and go, I just want to eat. I'm really, really hungry. And, you know, you go, oh, maybe you need to increase this and that sort of thing. Whereas those ones, you just can't. But it's even the mindset rituals. Like for me, you know, it's those 3 positive things that I think about in the morning about life that have helped me as well, because I have been a sufferer of depression and I do get quite anxious and everything. But, you know, and recently, you know, we've had a few family issues, and I just take that step back and I do the rituals, and it's like, it just, I don't know whether you say clears the mind, but it is that, I don't even know if that's a word, refreshes. Yeah, it refreshes your mind, you know, that you are okay and this is life, and you think about the good things about life. Yes, there's, you know, you do have crappy days. Everyone has crappy days, but it starts your day off really, really well.
Absolutely.
And the nutrition, like, it just makes you're eating healthy, delicious and nutritious meals, and that makes you feel good physically and mentally as well. And I think as a whole, it's fantastic. Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah, no, that's great to see. And I think, you know, when you said you take the 3 things, you know, to be positive about or grateful about, like, each individual person can take something from that ritual that I have you do that they might find is particularly helpful. So for some, it might be the breathing that they find is really, really helpful. For, you know, for others, it might be another component of that ritual. So it's about finding what works and rolling with that. So that's so good. And do you have any advice for yourself, you know, even say 12 months ago? What would be your advice now? 12 minutes.
Oh gosh. Stop the fad bloody diets.
Yes.
That would be a huge thing. And because seriously, I would see something online and I'd go, oh, I've got to do that. And then I start and it's like, oh crap. This is just not where I want to be or what I really want to be doing. And I guess probably, again, the 3 positive things, because, you know, me 12 months ago was probably in a little bit of depression.
Okay.
And, you know, I just sometimes would struggle with life in general, etc., etc. And you know, things were busy out here, and we had things happening with our children and everything. But yeah, it would be okay. You need to get up this morning, and you need to either write down or say to yourself 3 things about life that you love, and that's a big thing as well.
Just changing that perspective, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and probably one of the things would be is it's okay to have that piece of cake.
Yes.
Because the old me would go, you know, and I know it would do my hubby's head in, and I'd go, no, I can't eat that. No, I cannot eat that. That's just so fattening. I can't eat that. Whereas, yes, you can have a piece of cake, and you know, there's days where I have a piece of cake and I go, oh, gosh, you really shouldn't have had that piece of cake. But really, it is okay. It is okay to have
to eat cake, isn't it?
That's exactly right.
Cake.
So if I want some scorched almonds, because we don't have them in the house now, when I go to town, if I want some scorched almonds, you can have that. Like, because you're not, you know, if you're eating it constantly, yes, you know, perhaps you better take a step back and go, maybe I shouldn't be having this. But, you know, you've got to allow yourself a treat. And, you know, and when you go out, you know, the other night I went to a girlfriend's 30th, and to be quite honest, I was sort of dreading it because I do like to eat quite healthy. But I just went and I just enjoyed myself, and I did not beat myself up the next day. And that is a big thing, is I think the pressure we put on ourselves as women, and eating, and you know, so today if I ate this, tomorrow I can't go, well, I can't eat for the whole day because I've eaten this piece of cake. And I really have just changed my mindset with all of it, with how I eat and everything, because I love eating healthy because I make it yummy. It's not bland and boring. But if I do go out today, I had that piece of cake. Yeah, because life is life, and you do still have to enjoy life.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's exactly right. But you can enjoy life, but still have the body that you want to have without, you know, you can still have those results that you want, but without the restriction and the guilt. So that's so good.
Yeah, and I think, like, you know, this wasn't 12 months ago, but when we first moved out to the property, oh gosh, that's 12 years ago, I actually was 60 kilos.
Yeah. Wow.
And I still was not satisfied with how I looked. Yeah. I was way too thin. Mm-hmm. And I guess mentally I wasn't in the right frame of mind. I had that frame of mind where you can't eat this, you can't eat this, you can't eat this, you can't eat this. And my son actually watched a video of me the other night when I was back at that weight, and told me after it how amazing I look now.
Wow.
And I am actually 10 kilos heavier. And he said, you look so good now compared to back then.
Wow.
Because I think back then I had, like, I was probably starving myself, and now I'm eating healthy, and I do, and I'm not going to lie, I think I look pretty good.
You look hot.
You know, and my skin, and I feel like I'm glowing, and that's a whole big combination of the mindset, the healthy eating, getting out and doing your exercise. And, you know, if I miss a day of exercise, I miss a day of exercise. I don't beat myself up. But, yeah, it
literally is like you've got this light that's lit inside of you, and it's like you're glowing from the inside, and it just kind of just penetrates out through your whole, you know, your skin. And you just, whenever I see a photo of you, I just always think, wow, you just look amazing. So.
Thank you. But that was a big thing for me, because the old me probably would have looked back at me being, you know, the 60 kilos, like what I am now. The old me would have gone, oh no, you're not skinny enough, or you still don't look very good. Whereas now, me being how I am, I'm like, yeah, shit, I actually do look pretty good. And you know, the Christmas Day, I was pulling some moves in front of the husband, and he goes, holy shit, you're buff. You know, and I haven't I haven't found it hard work because it's just enjoyable.
Yeah, it's
And
not
that's
grueling. It's not a grueling slog. It doesn't have to be hard. And I think as women, we have that mindset that it's tough, it's hard, the eating's crap, it's boring, you can't have the cake, you can't have the wine. It's like, it's just all too hard, and it's not like that. So it's, this is why I've created that program, is to just blow all of that crap out of the water, because, I think the way that the fitness industry is, it thrives on us feeling like crap. When we feel like crap, they can sell to us because we're down, we feel like crap. We want to try every diet. We want to try every new pill or shake that comes out because we just feel crap about ourselves.
Yep. And I think a lot of it is, and I always go back to this, is mentally, like, those rituals and that, like, once you start getting those going in your head, it just honestly does make a huge, big change in how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
And, to anyone new, it's just put one foot in front of the other. And if you take 5 steps back and 1 step forward, you're still stepping forward in the right direction.
Yeah. Totally.
Because we all have those times where, you feel like you're doing nothing but taking step backwards, and then just that one thing, and you step in 1 foot in front, and it's,
Yeah, that's such good advice. Well, thank you so much. And it's so exciting to see, like, where you are now and how far you've come, but just how much further, like, you've got to go. Like, you've just, you've set yourself for the Oxfam, you've got these other goals, get in the pipeline as well. So to be able to sort of follow your journey, even further along, like, it's just so rewarding. So thank you for being a part of the program and being one of those ladies that basically inspires others. And I think that's what is so great about our support group, is because each and every one of you that, that posts and comment and supports each other, like, it's so inspiring for other people to be able to see that. So that's, it's amazing.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
No worries at all. It's been very nice. And I really enjoy being part of the group. And like you say, everyone inspires everyone. And if one person inspires one person to do something, it ends up being, and like, I said to you, it's like a domino effect, because that person then inspires somebody else. And
absolutely.
And that's what I find with the group.
Yeah, that's so good. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
No worries. Thanks.